Hey everyone, it's me Doomlink and welcome back to Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. I would rather say Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate because whether or not it's in the Hunting with Purpose series or the Live Hunt series will probably depend on whatever we end up doing, and I'm not a fortune teller. I have no real prognostication that would tell me whether I'm doing Hunting with Purpose or live hunts, so therefore, well, I've put Hunting with Purpose because there's a good chance we'll probably be doing something that would suit that series, but point is, I think when I verbally introduce these things, I'll just say welcome back to 3 Ultimate. That's probably the smarter way to go about it. I should also set up my wheel. Hey Vernon. I should also set up my wheel just for recording later on. Well, you're not first, actually, Alexian. Unfortunately, you missed out on that one. Yeah, so I'll go and set up the old wheel. Gonna use my, that's right. So I think I can actually add Hunting Horn to my 3 Ultimate wheel. So I'll do that. Add Hunting Horn there. Hunting Horn. Add choice. Oh, there you go. Well, that's fine. And then, does that update automatically? Hopefully that's updated it. Just, apply wheel changes. There you go. There you go. So the reason, I mean, if anyone's forgotten, the reason why I didn't have the Hunting Horn as an option in my wheel before was because I wasn't happy with my old Hunting Horn set in 3 Ultimate, but now I'm happy with it and I can use those Hunting Horns, so I will allow the wheel to give me a Hunting Horn option. I'm just going to get the wheel set up. To window capture that. There you go. Just getting it in position. I mean, ideally, again, I'd do this without being live, or before going live, or something like that, but... And it probably doesn't look super amazing, does it? I mean, visually on the screen, it's just sort of like a thing that's there, it's not... like... expertly... crafted to look as good as it possibly could on my stream, but you know what? It's a functional thing. Alrighty. You're on Charm Table 9, Vern? I don't know much about that table, so... Is it decent? As long as it's not cursed, I suppose. I think 8's a cursed table. I can't remember the cursed tables. I think there's like 12 and 13 or something, and 8. I don't know why those numbers are jumping out at me. I could be totally wrong, but for some reason those numbers are jumping out at me, so... Yeah, I really wouldn't know. Anyway, let's go into the network mode. We've got 17 people online at the moment. That's more than I was expecting. Usually at this time of day it would be sitting closer to 10. It's so random. Sometimes it's a lot of people and then other times it's not. Well, that's the crazy thing. The difference between a lot of people and not many people, in my mind, is like 10 people or less. So like 18, oh that's a lot. 10, oh that's nothing. Wow, there's like barely anyone playing. So, Australia, there you go. Oh, damn it. Again, my keyboard is not anywhere nearby, which is very frustrating. Oh, again, it's not popping out my chat. I was having this problem... Was it last time I was doing Dark Souls? I think it was last time. I have to open, or rather close and reopen my browser. What a shit show. And also, my keyboard is nowhere nearby, so I have to go and get that too. Yes, blowing the dust off my keyboard. Forgive me. Okay. Just pop out that chat. And it's working this time, it's just... Oh god, that was a very, very funny... I paused my playback on Twitch, and I'm making a very funny face. That's actually emote worthy, that phase. It's like it's similar to the Barack Obama not bad face, but it's a little bit more retarded. I will be able to remember it, I think. I know when I made the face, so. What am I doing? I guess G rank is what we're going to call it. And whether or not we even do G rank hunts every time is a bit up in the air, we'll see, but yes, we'll make that G rank. Alrighty. Got the keyboard nearby. How are we with everything? I think everything's looking fine. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Cool. The room is up, and as far as what we're doing, I've got no idea. But there you go. That's the way it should be. Surprises are always better. So we're at hunter rank 440, almost halfway through the 400s. We have done well to get this far in such a short period of time. 40 hunter ranks in what feels like about a month, maybe 2 months. Yeah, maybe closer to 2 months perhaps. That's good. I'm happy with that. Again, I mentioned this last time I was using this armor set, but it seems so weird to have this big helmet and then my body's so skinny. There's a weird look to it. But yeah. And I did hear that Autonomic just got to G rank in Generations Ultimate, which is good to hear. There's a lot of content in that game, so I think that will keep you busy for a long time. Alright, whoever's choosing first, and I guess we'd go in order of whoever joined the room. Feel free to post. I might look for Exchanger, there she is. I will have probably just a voucher. I don't have many gourmet vouchers. I suppose I should save them for mining runs or something. Okay. That should give me Exchanger. Goodie. And I suppose I'll spin the roulette, because it doesn't really matter what quest we're doing. I will use whatever weapon the roulette has selected for me, regardless, so I will go and see what we've got. Looks like Gunlance is what we're doing. Very well. Oh, Autonomic's going to post for the both of you? Rightio. So I don't know what Gunlance I'll choose yet, but I do know that it will be Gunlance. My throat's a bit, there we go, that's better. Vibrating properly now, but not 100% perfectly. You know, clearing the throat is like the worst thing for the vocal cords. It's quite disruptive to them. Hey, Exio. I don't know if Autonomic has made a decision and he's just changing equipment without telling me what quest it is he is. Okay. Well, whatever. The ultimate, oh here we go, it's just Giganorks. At least it's G rank. At least it's G rank. I was like on the edge of my seat waiting for what it was going to be. Anyway. So, Gunlance, and I suppose it will be the... I think I have 2 options for Fire Gunlance, don't I, or is it just 1? Can't quite remember what my Fire Gunlance is. So the Visuality, but it can't just be that. Is it? It is just that. Okay. Well, we'll go with that. Again, not amazing, the Visuality. I probably will make another Fire Gunlance. I think my Fire Gunlance of choice in Portable Third was Argonautor. So what I might do is I might open up the decks right now and see what other fire gun lances would be decent, because I just don't really like using Morales weapons without sharpness +1. Now, admittedly, it's not terrible because I do have Razor Sharp, but Razor Sharp with a gun lance with that little purple sharpness, it's still not too good, so yeah. What I'm going to do is open my 3G decks and see if there's another gun lance that would be more appropriate. My guess is that there is, and I'm probably going to make it. I likely didn't check other options because I already had the Duality, but I'm definitely going to check other options now. Okay. Yeah, unsurprisingly, it is definitely Agnaktor. And it's long level 4, 2 slot. Unfortunately, oh, that's right, it's Desaduality, not Disuality. I always read it as Disuality. It's Desaduality. But you know what, stats-wise, I actually prefer the Agnaktor gun lance, I think even with Sharpness +1. Yeah, even with Sharpness +1, I think I prefer the Agnaktor one. So, how about I try to make that now? Oh, that's weird. It upgrades from the Lagombi gun lance. That is very weird. Why would it upgrade from that? Whatever. Let's see if it can be crafted outright to start with. I'm sure there would have been an indication as to whether or not I could. In that weapons list, here we go. It requires Agnaktor. Oh, I already have it. There you go. So I would have been making it a while ago. And, oh god. So I need 2 Agnaktor tails, apparently. That's fun. It's not a big deal, this is going to be perfectly functional for the hunt that we're about to embark on. It's just a single Giganox, not a big deal. Cursed tables are 11, 12, 15, and 16, and 17. So all in the double digits then, right here. Which is good to know. So as long as you get 10 or below, you're safe, I guess. I seem to remember that there was one that was below 10, but whatever. There is such a thing as false memory, and that seems to be what's going on now. Not that I was too confident in that anyway, but yeah. And I love how my guess of 13 was wrong too. Whatever, I mean, you'd understand that the number 13 would indicate a cursed table now, wouldn't you? Alrighty. Now, I might get a beverage organised today. I don't have much in the way of stuff to drink. I've got a bit of port, and I do mean a bit. Not much. We'll see what happens. I might not. We'll see. It depends on how I'd like to savour it. I suppose we're going this way. Yeah. Again, not so much these days. I've been playing a lot of 3 Ultimate now, but as of the last 2 years, if we were just to generalise it, I've spent a whole lot more time in the Tundra in Portable Third than in Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate / Tri, so sometimes it confuses me as far as where Giganox's starting position is. It's only here in Tri and 3 Ultimate. It's actually somewhere else in Portable Third. So I think they just wanted to change it up in Portable Third, just for the sake of it. Or maybe they had a differing idea as far as where his ideal starting point would be. This is a big Giganox. I think this is a Gold Crown, guys. Look at the size of it. He's a rather large, well-fed Giganox. He's probably eaten a few hunters by now. Look at him. I absolutely hate bouncing off anything with purple sharpness. I think it's dumb, but I guess I just had inflated expectations of purple sharpness in the past. That's probably what it was. Whoops, that's the wrong drink, Doomlink. You want antidote. Especially for double poison. That's not something you want to leave in effect for too long. Does high rank Giganox have double poison, or is it just G rank? I can't quite remember. Maybe it's just G rank. Double poison in general might be a G rank thing. Although I don't think it is. I think there was double poison. Was there double poison in Portable Third? I can't even remember. Anyway, probably not, actually. I think it's a 3 ultimate thing. Or it started in 3 ultimate anyway. Oh, I could have actually gotten off the shot there. Oh, that's right. Wyvern Fire, let's do it. Keep forgetting. Every fucking time. Keep forgetting. Oh, let's not go there, Vernon. We shan't even mention the name. Let it be struck from our lips. Oh! Okay, that was very, very close. Something about that seems rather lenient. I felt like I should have been hit by that. Okay, I'm not gonna underestimate the range of that attack. So I've been playing quite a lot of Dark Souls 2. I finally, for the knowledge of any person, or for the information of any person, who might give a damn, I finally got the original Dark Souls 2 on PC. The only PC version of Dark Souls 2 that I've played is Scholar of the First Sin, which is a fucking shit version of the game. But it was still enough for me to be at peace with Dark Souls 2. Or develop something of an understanding with it, because playing anything on PC is going to help as far as learning to appreciate something, and I wouldn't go so far as to say that I've learned to appreciate Dark Souls 2, but at the very least... Oh god, Auto's in trouble. Hey, there you go. But at the very least, I don't hate it anymore, and I can get some enjoyment out of it. So that was actually achieved through Scholar of the First Sin, which has become abundantly clear to me now is well and truly an inferior experience. There is almost nothing in Scholar of the First Sin that I prefer as a change. It's kind of funny. I had that impression more or less when I first played Scholar of the First Sin. I thought it was really dumb in the way that it changed, but to have a side-by-side comparison, you know, having played about 250 hours of Scholar of the First Sin and then going back to the original version, it is so abundantly clear which is the superior one. Like, abundantly clear. And you know, some things have been made easier, some things have been made harder. It's not as simple as this one is a harder version, this one's an easier version. But in terms of what they change... Oh, god. But just generally, I'd say Scholar of the First Sin is a more annoying version. It's like Dark Souls 2 Annoying Edition, you know. It's kind of what it is. So... I just don't like it at all. And it's interesting, because I have the side-by-side comparison, I can understand where they were coming from with some of the changes. When I first played Scholar of the First Sin, it felt like a randomizer. It was like, what the fuck is this? But I sort of can see where they were coming from with the changes now that I've played the original after having played Scholar of the First Sin, so... yeah. At the very least, I'm not left confused by it anymore. But there's a temptation to never play Scholar of the First Sin ever again. Which would be a shame, because I've, you know, worked on a few builds in that game, but what I'll probably do is I'll just get all achievements and then leave it alone for the most part. I don't think I'll properly leave it alone until I've got all achievements, because then at the very least I feel like I can put it to bed. I can just say, no, this game's done. I've played enough of it now. But until then, I suppose it's open to be played in the future by me. But not for a while, because I'm enjoying the original again. And it has been a while. Has been a while since I last played that. I feel like this Giganox took a bit of a beating. And we will find out how big he is. He is at least a silver crown, but I'm banking on a gold crown here. I'd say he's pretty damn big. Down you go. Stupid wind press. Unfortunately with Gunlance, the way it works is I can almost never guard in time, I'm always stuck in a combo. Like if a monster suddenly decides to roar, it's very rare that I can actually get a guard out with the gun lance. And even something like that, it's just because with the lance obviously you have countering capabilities, whereas with the gun lance you don't. Which means you have to do like an evasion before guarding, or wait for your combo to conclude. And generally, the amount of time required to do that is not going to be enough to have you guard in time to block the attack once you've seen it coming. So, unfortunate. Yeah, I'd say he's pretty big. He looks big to me. We'll find out either way. My sensibilities when it comes to a large or small Giganox are probably not all that reliable. I haven't fought too much Giganox recently, so yeah. We shall see, we shall see. But yeah, I might, tomorrow I'll probably do Demon Souls, and then then I won't do any recordings for about 3 or 4 days, something like that. And I'll be catching up on YouTube anyway. Of course, the way I'm currently uploading on YouTube is I'm still just keeping to 1 video per day. So some of the uploads are a bit behind, but that's okay. I mean, I don't really care. At this point, I don't really worry about... Yeah, that was a Gold Crown Large. My second Gold Crown Large, in fact. I'll have to find something to do in the internet? That's right. Or you can watch stuff that you haven't tuned in for, Arexian. Oh, it's Martin. Hello, Martin. He is... I feel like I've played with him before, but he left of his own accord. Did he think we weren't here? Because I was literally standing on top of him while he left. But based on the set that he was using, which was the Hexclamation with, I think, Thunder Attack +1, yeah, I'm not too worried about losing him. Really not too worried about it. That's right, Arexia. No, he didn't, Vernon. He didn't. But I don't even know if he has a last chance. I don't think it's even... I just don't know. To be completely honest with you, I'd love to bar him entirely, but I couldn't be bothered. It's more effort than it's worth. And I think there's entertainment value in him being there, so... I mean, why I have to be plagued by his presence, I don't know, but... it is what it is. It's actually... it incentivizes me to play this game over Generations Ultimate, in fact, but... Anyway, hello, Renee. Minus the accented E. Unless your name's Reen. Could always be Reen, wouldn't that be interesting? Hello, Reen. It's Renee. Oh, sorry, you don't have the accented E, so your name's Reen today. Deal with it. It's like NE does not create nay. Okay. NE with an accented E creates nay. And if you didn't know how to create an accented E, well, I don't really know what to tell you, because it's not hard. Well, I think he's probably not much older than that, Vernon. This is the thing. Like, the only reason why I put up with Cavenator's shit is because he's literally like a 10-year-old. I mean, I behaved extraordinarily different to him when I was 10, but, you know, some people are fucking immature, and that's okay. So, you know, he gets a pass, sort of, for being a little shit, but, I mean, he still hasn't done anything super, like, out of order, you know, he hasn't insulted anyone, he hasn't insulted me, he's just done generally dumb stuff, I guess, so. There you go. We are doing 3 Go Bull. Is it Go Bull or Go Bulls? Probably Go Bull. For the plural. I feel like it's too bright. Is it too... yeah, it's too fucking bright. Unbelievable. Just drop it back a little bit. There you go. That's better. And then maybe I'll bring that closer. Goody. That's good. Wow. I'm so slow, right? Sorry, Renee. Renee's like walking up to me. What's going on with you? Well, I'm doing a recording here, and I've got things to adjust. Okay. Window capture. What have we got? No. So again, if I get the same weapon, I just re-roll. Are you taking the piss or what? Thank you. Only took 5 fucking rolls. You gotta be shitting me. Well, I think it was 4 in a row technically, but what the fuck? That was ridiculous. Really wanted me to do Gunlance. Yeah, it picked Longsword for me. Okay, so with Longsword, I suppose we'll do... Well, we could do Awakened Longsword. What's my Awakened Thunder Longsword? Do I have one is the fucking question. Probably not, right? Probably not. I feel like Thunder Longsword doesn't exist. Let's find out. Well, Thunder Longsword in the Awakened form. No, it doesn't. If it existed, I would have made it, so that's annoying. We will have to settle for the Nether Delemnity. Nether Delemnity. Wonder if the granny's selling anything of interest. Probably not. Renee's probably just absolutely irate. Where's Lord Zor? I want to hunt now. See? See what I'm fucking talking about? I basically just... What's the word? I channeled Renee in that moment. Like, that was exactly what Renee was thinking. Okay? Like, I fucking nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. I mean, Renee... If Renee could open her fucking eyes, she would have noticed that I was previously using a gunlance and I'm now using a longsword. So, you know, I'm not sitting there doing nothing. I mean, seriously, you're playing 3 Ultimate. You stupid girl. Some people take a while to get ready in 3 Ultimate, and I'm one of those people. In fact, I take less time than most. So, there you go. Hello, Sandrew. Sandra and Andrew. Well, we got some... Excuse me? What the f... Guard boost? Why? These 3 skills here, you can get an extra skill and have it not be guard boost. I know that for a fact. I've got a set, mate. And it doesn't require Arshan either. Guard boost. Did you make this set at Hunter rank 50 or something and you just haven't gotten rid of it yet? Anyway. Guard boost. What are you thinking? Seriously, I have an Awaken Hammer set. In fact, everyone in the high Hunter ranks has an Awaken Hammer set. Probably for Elatrion, because that's the best way to hammer Elatrion. You use the Grongigas. But that's probably the worst I've seen so far. Because it has guard boost on a fucking hammer. Unbelievable. Oh, Renee is a male name. Okay. You know, you don't have to say he name. Male name covers it. It's a he name. Oh dear. Well, he probably was Spanish, and, well, you know, female character, Renee. I assumed it was a goyle, but, purely for the fact that there are lots of Spanish people playing this game, like Spaniards playing this game. I will probably assume it is Renee. And it might explain the lack of an accent at E. So... Anyway. Oh! Okay. So there was a short period of time when I thought that the triple quest, well maybe not the triple quest, but the single Goebel in G rank actually started underwater, but he goes underwater fairly quickly if you don't engage him in this area, which is where he actually starts. The idea is that he doesn't end up in the area where you can fish him out automatically because they don't want to make it too easy for you. They don't just want to give you free hits the whole time. May as well try to cut this tail. And there you go. You can see I'm not really getting consistent hits on this tail. I'm surprised it's lasted this long, actually. Good work on the Silverwind Soul X, Juvenator. Oh. Tail card, thank you. Called it. Not that that's the most impressive thing in the world. Alright, should be able to one zone, come on. If we can't one zone this fucking thing, there's an actual problem. Alright, good. I don't know what I would have done if we failed to one zone. 1 of 3 Goebel. I'd be damn concerned. Sandrew with his guard boost, with the hammer, has a pitfall trap set up with bombs. And I might add 1 bomb to the group of bombs. Okay. Goodie. One thing to note also is the bombs actually deal more damage if you place them apart from one another. It causes some kind of damage amplification glitch or bug if you pile them all on top of each other, like dealing damage in the exact same place. It's better to have the bomb damage applied in different places if you've got lots of bombs, because that way you don't get an overlap. That's what I've found. So when you do place bombs, if you place 2 of them, place them in different spots. Just slightly different spots. They don't have to be super far apart. But yeah, just a fun thing to note. Oh. Ow. I mean, I was running the whole time. I guess I just wasn't running in the right direction. I was running away when I should have been running to the side. But I didn't really know where I was in relation to the Goebel. I'm not going to try and cut the tail again because I don't have the patience to do that. I'm bouncing with white sharpness on your spikes, which is actually done. But I suppose that's what happens when you get to G rank. Well, there you go. It was much faster. I'll charge up my longsword first. Just for good measure. And now we've got a shock trap. If we were dealing with, I suppose, 2nd generation Monstander, the trap would probably be destroyed by having Goebel appear from underneath it. But that probably won't happen in this game. I don't think that happens at all in this game. I don't think traps are destroyed by digging monsters. It happened notoriously in 1st and 2nd gen. Well, it was definitely a major issue in those games, but here I don't think I've seen it happen. It might happen in Portable 3rd, if it does happen in any of the 3rd gen games, but I think that was something that they did away with in 3rd gen. I don't know, too difficult or something, right? I think it's good, it forces you to place your traps properly. And time them properly. Oh, he's a baby. He looks smaller anyway, doesn't he? Look at him. Maybe I'm going crazy, but I do think that's a pretty small one. Sorry if I'm flinchy, Sandra, I'll keep away from the head. As much as your guard boost leaves me utterly incredulous. I don't want to mess up your hammering. You're still doing good damage. That's what I think he... No, he would have high-grade hit points. I was thinking he was lacking raw resistance. He would definitely have raw resistance with Helios. Unless he doesn't have... No, he should have it. Well, anyway. I can't remember the skill that I have on my set. But it's not fucking guard boost, put it that way. What? All those purple fish are babies. What purple fish? You mean these things? Gobles? You think there's a giant goble out there somewhere? And you've called it a quick fact, not a quick theory, so... I mean, as far as anglerfish look, they look kind of like this. They're pretty small. I mean, this would be giant compared to an actual real-sized anglerfish. I don't know what your fact is, Juvenator, but... Sure. Someone's inside the mouth of the Goble at this time. It's a lore fact that Goble is actually a baby, as in the ones that we are fighting. Okay. Well, first I've heard of that. That was one of them was a silver crown large, but we didn't get a gold crown small, but I didn't think he was small enough for that anyway. To be fair. I don't find it unsettling, Vernon, because the plague babies, or the babies in the plague swamp, I think they're just generally called plague babies, they're awful. They're actually awful, so I don't know if you've ever gone in there, but they're awful, so don't worry about killing them. But I never really needed to grind ephemeral ice stones anyway. I've always been provided enough for my builds. Okay, I probably need some more barrel bomb large. I'm starting to run out. Do I have many scatterfish? Oh, I've got almost a whole stack. Well, that's great. That's actually encouraging. Okay, I'll buy... Let's say... We'll get 80 large barrel bombs. That sounds like a plan to me. Yeah, so any person who goes into the Plague Baby Swamp not realizing that there are plague babies in there is going to be in for a mighty shock, because they really are just awful. I stayed the hell out of there for a long time, and I still do. Every time I venture in there, just out of general interest, I regret it greatly. Like, oh, I wonder if I can kill them. Well, they'll be killing you sooner than that. I don't know what our next hunt is, but I'd love to be updated before I have to wait for Autonomic to change his gear. Let's go and select our next weapon. Okay, fine. I get it. You really want me to do Gunlance, so I'll do Gunlance this time. Because at least you've waited for me to use a different weapon first. Laggy? Okay. Well, fire again. Damn it. Okay. We'll use the Shining Ishtar this time. I was wondering what alternatives I had. That would be an alternative right there. I don't want to use the Disagility again. The Fisherman's Fiend. Looking for Exchanger. No, it wouldn't be in there. Oh well, no Exchanger today, that's alright. I'm gonna go Heroics for this run. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Because I think I've established that the health level is so damn low that I'd be better off dying anyway. I'm an adrenaline person, I don't like Heroics. Not in this game anyway. Oh look. The Resurrection. A new bow for Vernon. Which is nice. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to check the skills of my hammer set, my Awaken hammer set. The one that doesn't have guard boost. Which of course means that it's inferior, unfortunately. That's your fire spread bow. Generally, Gold Raytheon would be your ideal. But I'm sure that's perfectly fine. But for fire spread in particular, the bow that really sort of outperforms most would be the Gold Raytheon bow. Celine Moonbroken. It's the standout spread bow for me. Sandrew is sort of glitching there, probably intentionally. Just a single laggy. Why, I don't know. If you wanted to do laggy for materials, you could have maybe asked if any of us had the triple quest now that I think about it, but whatever. But if you're looking to clear the quest, then that's different. Oh, that's right, I'm going the wrong ass way. Wrong ass way. I'm not used to fighting laggy in this location. By the time I was there, it would have been faster to just go from the camp. Whatever. I've definitely gone the long way. Because I'd already gone close to camp, so it would have been much faster if I'd gone from camp. Whatever. So Gunlance Underwater is pretty good, so I'll thank the roulette for its choice, instead of getting frustrated by the endless Gunlance results in the wheel. Managed to kill an Epi off there. Oops, getting flinched by the bowman here. Very good. And I'm glad I'm remembering to actually do Wyvern Fires now. But not for long. Not for long, most likely. The classic underwater laggy slap. It's just enough to interrupt your combo. It's never intended to really harm you, it just interrupts your combo and sort of... It puts control of the fight in the hands of laggy, I feel. When he slaps you like that, see? Whatever I'm doing, cancelled, because he's just gone and slapped me. Okay. Have to reload my gunlets. Could have done an animation cancel there from that flinch, but didn't quite make it. Hey Takashi. There you go. Starting to run low on sharpness. Well, not really. I think I started at white, so maybe you wouldn't say running low. Because I'd say running low is a relative term. Relative phrase. I don't think he's going to last much longer. I think he's getting absolutely beaten on. This Epioth, again, forget fighting us. You are in danger here. So stop. I mean, you are not our target, clearly. I feel like in a real-world environment, a herbivore would see an apex predator being attacked by humans and would see that as an opportunity to run, not to attack the humans. But I understand that, you know, you've got game choices and then choices made out of concept, so in that case, even though it doesn't make any real sense, they want us to be attacked by small monsters during the large monster hunt, so the Epioth remain just to fuck with us, annoying as it is. Okay. Yeah, probably less than a week, I don't know. Yeah, see, that was a typo, you see. He didn't type gold rat because that's how he actually refers to them. It was a typo. He missed the H. Alright, got an enduring charm. What have we got? And it's crap. Could have guessed. Alright, what's our next weapon? Longsword again. What is with this roulette? It's just longsword and fucking gunlands. What is this crap? Seriously. And it's the same elements too. There's going to be thunder again for this. Holy shit. This is terrible. Should I just overwrite the fucking wheel? I think I'm going to overwrite it. Let's override the fucking decision of the wheel because that shit's boring. There are two circumstances in which I will override the decision the wheel makes for me. The first is if we hunt a particularly difficult monster that requires a very specific setup. The second scenario is if it's deciding really boring shit. So, yeah, that would be a situation in which I would make my own damn decision. Well, not really make my own decision, but force it to choose something else. Okay, so how about we do... Do I have Awakened Thunder Dual Blades? Here's the question. Hopefully. I do, but I just need to find it. I think I do. Don't I? Oh my god, do I not? That's right, I think Thunder is a really difficult element to get Awakened in this game. I think most weapons don't have it. I seem to remember that. Okay, I guess that's a no-no. Annoying. That's alright. I'm going to use the Nether Confidants. That's an eternity on Twitch, sir. Not if you've got... Well, I suppose it's an eternity, yes. That's why I don't play the Twitch game. I knew he'd be back. Alright. Oh, is that exactly 99? Wow. Okay. I know, Arexia. I comment on things whether they are jokes or not. If it was something serious, I wouldn't be making silly voices myself. That's all I can say to that. Okay. So, as usual, if you're in G rank, like just coming into G rank, gold rank, well, I shouldn't say that, I should say HR8 endgame G rank, if you're just coming into HR8, Gold Raytheon's one of those monsters that you fight a lot of, because Raytheon mantles are in high demand, and Gold Raytheon's your best bet for getting Gold Raytheon, excuse me, just Raytheon mantles, not Gold Raytheon mantles, you don't have a specific mantle for that. I don't know why Sandra is going with Tranquilizer Expert. I'm guessing that's why he has that set. It's like a capture luck-up set, most likely. Why he's gone with that. That reminds me, I had a set like that as well. It was like it used pieces of Plesioth. And I had to remove that for one reason or another. God, there are a lot of sets that I've had to remove in this game. It's really annoying. Oops. Quite in the right spot there. So with dual blades I'll just be going for the legs for the most part unless I am given an opportunity to attack something better. Just because of the limited reach of dual blades. Do Demon Dance here. Yeah, was expecting a knockdown. I'll aim for the tail. Definitely need that tail. That's a knockout from the hammer. Provided I aim for the tail tip, even with white sharpness I should be able to hit it without bouncing. And if bouncing does become an issue, then Demon Dance is the solution, is it not? Shit. Unfortunately, frequent flinches from monsters can be problematic because they oftentimes flinch out of your range. I get that a lot. How much are you going to run, Raytheon? What's going on with you? Alright. Just ran out of fucking demonized mode. Whoa, that was a bit nasty. That positioning there. Now the key is to cut that tail before she dies. That is a concern, but should be able to manage it. You can see that when I'm not demonized, I'm basically at the mercy of the longsword. yeah, I'm playing on an actual console. If I wasn't playing on an actual console, well, I guess it would have to be CMU, wouldn't it? But to be playing this specific version. But yeah, most people that you'll see playing this are playing on an actual Wii U. People do own actual Wii U's, and the servers do exist, so... And there's a community there too. But it is a common question that is asked. It's like, are you playing this on the console? And the answer is most certainly yes. Please cut that tail. I think it's about time. I think we've been quite diligent in hitting it as frequently as possible. Oh. Here we go. As you can see, I've been struggling to keep my demon gauge up. And that is one of my least favorite attacks, just because of the angle of effect. You could see that based on where I was standing, it's just utterly ludicrous that I would still take that hit, but I did because that's just the nature of the attack. Do not have the fucking stamina. Oh, it's a knockdown, so we've got... Well, not a knockdown, I meant a knockout, but I don't think it was a knockout. Would have lasted even longer if it were. Cool. Now we are kind of at risk of killing her before we can cut the tail, but I'll try my best to not. Shit, need the tail tip, please. Good flinch. Sorry, Sandrew, but I've got a tail to hit. That stupid fucking firebite again. That is probably my least favourite attack of hers at this point. It's extremely annoying. Yep, there you go. No tail today, ladies and gentlemen. I did what I could. But we do have a broken head, which is going to affect the drop rate anyway. I don't think I should really be carving. Well, I suppose I could for mantles, but I shouldn't be keeping these shards, I don't think. We'll get some wine. As far as where to put it. Well, I guess I'll put my keyboard down in case I... Well, I wouldn't if I wanted to speak with Sandrew, but I don't think I need to speak with him, so... Ugh. You probably have bad connection to me, Vernon, but... Because I'm the, I believe the room host is the one who's going to host the quest connection-wise no matter what. Pretty sure that's how that works in this game. That's why I'm always red player. Red player means that they are the one hosting the connection. And because I'm red player regardless, it means that because I have hosted this room, all quests will be hosted by me. And, there you go. I also got a ruby. You say the last two now have been teleporting everywhere, which means that the variable here would be your connection. Because if it were a geographical distance issue, they all would have been teleporting for you. So yes, the issue would be your internet, I regret to say. It wouldn't be as big of an issue if you were connecting to Autonomic, I'm sure, but... yeah. You have my condolences, I suppose. Put away that there voucher. Yeah, it seems that your internet just has... I guess... there's a cosmic ticket. How many is that now? 6. There you go. Just getting cosmic tickets, no problem. But yeah, obviously your internet has dips and troughs and all that. Which is unfortunate, but... I'm sure part of it's also the fact that you're watching this live stream. Because if you do have internet issues, then yes, this would drain some of that connection. Who's next? Oh, here we go. I'm just going to tell him it's not a turns room. It's not a turns room. And that shouldn't affect him because he's hunter rank 700 or whatever, so... Well, I guess I'd better keep the keyboard on hand in case he wants to communicate. Oh, Sandrews is going to post anyway. He's like, oh, it's not a turns room, so I'll just post whatever the fuck I want. But because he's hunter rank 700 or whatever, I wouldn't imagine that he'd have anything he needs, but... Maybe he has preferences as far as what he wants to hunt. Save the time. Why? Okay. What is it about this quest that he wants to do? Why would a person in the hunter rank 700s voluntarily do Brachydios? Why does he see the same person posting over and over and over again, and then when I say it's not a turns room, think that he has an open invitation to post whatever he wants? I don't know. I've got no fucking idea. Hello, Jenny. Whatever. What are we going to use for this particular run? Kind of hoping for Greatsword. Come on, Wheel, give me Greatsword. You usually deliver. Well, Bow's fine too. I'll take Bow. Water is a good element to go with. I suppose I'll go Rapid Water, whatever the fuck that's going to be. Rapid Water. Oh, here it is. Aqua Steed Harp. Just so happens that I already have it equipped. Aqua Steed Harp. God, I haven't used this in a long time. I think the last time I used this was in Freedom Unite. God. Sorry, I take so long to get ready, don't I? Oh my goodness. Sounds good, Jenny. Just as I was mentioning it myself. I'll bring power coatings. I won't bring combinations for them though. I'll probably just save the power coatings for Brachydios. I choose not to bring combinations for them because I'm bloody lazy. How about that? You figured out your issue. You were downloading something. Is my theory. Oh. Oh, I see. All of your equipment is extremely hot right now. Because, yeah, okay. It's very hot where you are. I think any person who wants to introduce any other person, whether it be a friend or a coworker, I think the best thing to do as a friend or an acquaintance or whatever would be to not have them play World as their first Monster Hunter game. If you respect the person. But if they did play a different game before, then maybe it's okay. In fact, you're in Japan, so yeah, that person probably has played another Monster Hunter game. What am I talking about? I'll make my way up to... See, this Sandrew guy doesn't give a fuck. General protocol is put down traps when everyone's there to take advantage of it. But he's one of these typical lazy players who doesn't give a shit either way. It just doesn't make sense to me. Now, he's not in the trap yet, but he doesn't know when the monster's just going to happen to wander straight into it. He's not banking on the fact that he's not going to get in the trap. I'll guarantee that. Right, so we're on load up here, so... it'll take a little longer to charge. Dancing over the trap, thank you, Giganox. Thank you. That was a genuine thank you, not a sarcastic one. Rapid water. Whoa. That's no fun. Uh-oh. Well, actually, I'm not so worried about Sandrew, to be completely honest. Not a huge fan of the guy. Some people you come across in the online are perfectly fine, but something about him, I don't know. Haha, good flinch. That was perfect. I'm enjoying the affinity. Very much. I think it has 10% affinity ordinarily, and I think it's received an extra 10%, yes. You poor Giganox, honestly. Today is not your day. Jenny says, World and Rise belong in a volcano or a black hole. Yes. In fact, probably a black hole, because then we wouldn't have to worry about having to see it ever again. Well, I suppose the same would be the case if you threw it into a volcano, but... in fact, technically, volcano would be better because it would be physically incinerated. So, yeah, we'll go with volcano. Oh dear. Oh! Arexion. He says, I felt really bad today because Rise has 5 more hours than Generations Ultimate and I need to fix this. You know how you fix it, Arexion? Deleting your game save. That's the quickest fix. And, well actually no, maybe that doesn't fix it. No, that probably wouldn't fix it at all. Because I think the Switch would still register that you physically played Rise for X amount of time. So actually don't delete your game save. But you could always sell the game. Unless you have the digital version. If you have the digital version, then maybe that won't work either. Long story short, you're fucked. You bought a digital. Ew! Digital! Icky. I'm not a fan of owning digital copies of games, personally. Unless it's PC. If it's PC, that's a little different. I don't want to be getting my disc out for my PC. I think the last disc-based PC game I bought was World at War, I think. COD 5. No, that's wrong. Excuse me. The last was Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition. Because I got that in late 2012, I think. I think that's what it was. Of course, we're talking about older PC games, sure, but modern PC games? Nah. Don't need discs for those. No thank you. I'll purchase a license to use them from Steam instead. And in fact not own anything, which apparently scares the shit out of some people, but you have to understand that legal technicality doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to have any bearing on your ownership of the game. In technical legal terms, you don't own the game, but it's not cause to be freaking out over it. At least I don't feel. I'm not actually knowledgeable in law, so maybe don't take my advice. Windows 11 is actually a thing. Everyone's theorized that Windows 10 was just going to be this thing that they continuously updated. Well, you never know, maybe Windows 11 will be an improvement. Of course, I mean, the chances of that are pretty fucking low. But we can always hope, can't we? You have a high school friend beta testing it, and it looks like shit. Great. Fucking great. And you know what's really annoying about that? If it looks like shit and is shit, there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it because eventually what performs well and what looks good will no longer be supported and you'll have to switch. Now, Windows 10 is a fucking travesty, okay? Not as big of a travesty as Windows 8, admittedly, but hey, it's still a fucking travesty. If we compare to the likes of Windows 7, Windows XP, 95, 98, 2000, even Vista. Nothing was really wrong with Vista, that was more of an issue of how much power it sucked from the PCs at the time. But, you know. Well, XP was my preference. I learned how to use computers on an XP machine. My first personal computer, I think, was 98, but I physically learned how to use computers on an XP machine, and it's not necessarily nostalgic preference, it's just, I don't know. I think it functioned best. There's beauty in simplicity, and you can retain the simplicity whilst keeping up with the times. That's what I think. When you over-engineer something, there are more points of failure. Always. Always, always, always. There are more points of failure the more you engineer something. If it becomes over-engineered, it turns into a big pile of shit. And that's exactly what Windows 10 is. It is over-engineered and is about as reliable as, well, I can't even think of a comparison, but the point is it's unreliable. And I have all sorts of stupid issues with it. All sorts of fucking issues. So, yeah. And I'm not even an advanced user. I don't consider myself to be an advanced user, a power user. I don't consider that to be the case. And so, yeah. I can't imagine how it is for the people who really do need all functionality of Windows in their lives. Hunting horn. Don't know what our next hunt is, but if Sandrew wants to post again, he'll be having to log back into the online. Well, XP and 95 are very different, Jenny. I think it's harder to know the difference between 95 and 2000, but XP is drastically different. At least visually. Maybe in terms of functionality, kind of similar, but in terms of visuals, quite different. Throne of the Abyss. Okay. With Hunting Horn. This'll be a first. Yeah, my first machine was a cold PC running, I believe, Windows 98. Could have been 95, I'm not sure. I think it's 98. I was playing old floppy disk games on it. A cold computer is one that does not have the ability to connect to the internet. And that's what that was, and yeah, that was my first personal machine. And then my first modern personal machine, which I got in 2007, was a Vista machine. So Vista was something I experienced for a long time. I had my Vista machine until I think 2011, at which point it died, probably because I mistreated it. And when did I get Windows 7? Must have been around that time. I think I got a Windows 7 machine in 2012, something like that. So I was on Vista for a while, long story short. I think Vista was 2006, late 2006. So, yeah, I was a little bit out of date, but Vista and 7 are very similar. 7 was just slightly more optimized, I think, although But yeah, I would say that as much as I like XP, I'd say Windows 7 would be a golden era of sorts. I mean, there's nothing wrong with 7, really. 7 worked. It was good. And, unfortunately, because... And most companies are victims of this, because they want to progress, they want to evolve. They ruin perfectly good things in the process. So, where is my horn set? Am I blind? Here it is. But yeah, they ruin perfectly good things in the process, and it sucks. It fucking sucks. So, Stygian... What is it? Tristitia. Interesting. Stygian Tristitia. I didn't experience Windows 8. I think I had 8.1 on a laptop that I bought. I bought a laptop that had 8.1 preloaded, and I think I updated that to 10. Excuse me, I did experience Windows 8 because I had to download Classic Shell. Classic Shell was something you had to download on Windows 8 to get the original, well, the non-retarded Xbox-looking shit. Because that was what was shocking about Windows 8 for me. As far as whether or not it was buggy, I couldn't tell you, but in terms of the way it functioned, it was like I was on an Xbox. It was as if I was supposed to have a controller to operate my PC. It was the most shocking shit I'd ever seen in my life. And I couldn't... The day I first saw it, I couldn't believe my eyes. I actually couldn't believe my eyes. I was like... A board of people sat down and approved this. Like, people sat down, looked at this and said, let's do it. Unfucking fathomable. I can't believe it. Even to this day, I can't believe it. And it's almost like a bad fever dream from the distant past. That's what Windows 8 was. It's like... There's a reason why they came out with 8.1. It's because it was just atrocious. On every level. It was not user-friendly, although it was probably designed with that in mind. It was just pure shit. Pure shit. As far as I'm concerned, Sandrew can leave. Yeah, he can talk on speakerphone, that's right. Well, that was a pretty disgusting attempt, Jenny, because... You know, people use their PCs. People who need a computer are very different from people who need an Xbox. You don't fuse that shit together. That should absolutely stay away. You know? Sure, you can turn your PCs into a more gamer-friendly machine. There's nothing wrong with that. But you don't completely ruin non-gamer users for that. And I was a gamer. And I didn't want to have a fucking Xbox for a computer. So, imagine the people who weren't gamers. It's fucking unbelievable. My dad still has a laptop with Windows 8 on it. So I am very, very occasionally, when I happen to go on his laptop for one reason or another, reminded of the horror. I'm reminded of the horror. And I haven't... Anyway. Well, Xbox fans are definitely a breed, aren't they? I'll give Sandrew 3 minutes. He gets 3 minutes and then I'll kick him and then we'll depart on the quest and he can come back if he wants to. How about that? You say he's not coming, but... Oh, he said pass. What do you mean? I'll pass for now. Well, scheiße. Fine. Fucking 3-man or something. I'd rather not 3-man, but hey. Well, Xbox was definitely the COD machine, yeah. The Call of Duty community were mostly Xbox players. My inner German came out. It definitely was inner, because I don't even know what would have sounded German. Maybe I said Scheisse and I didn't. I say that sometimes, I say Scheisse randomly. Scheisse! Not with, like, the full German accent. Oh, I did say it. Do I have high-grade earplugs? I do, so that means I can still play my music. What are my other songs? Do I have any? Oh, melody duration's extended. I don't think it affects songs that have already been played, so I'll save it for the next round of attack up. I'm stuck using Hunting Horn 3-man, which is not great. I mean, Sandra is pushing his luck. He'd be welcome to stay if he wasn't a blight. Maybe calling him a blight is a bit unfair, but the point is that his presence isn't greatly appreciated. When I said it wasn't a turns room, that wasn't me saying that it's a fucking free-for-all. Whoever posts the quest first wins. But whatever. Maybe part of the issue there is my lack of communication. I wanted to get him on the upper body, I don't know why. I don't think it makes a difference where you hit, unless you're looking for breaks. If you hit the face, yes, that will deal damage to the horns, but... knockback protection, probably not all that helpful. Oh no! Still managed to get hit there, unfortunately. Your pineapple pizza is here! Send it back! Fuck me, pineapple pizza? In Japan? Oh. Pineapple pizza. I'm having real trouble right now. I've come to realise that Hunting Horn underwater is all kinds of bad. Unless you have movement speed up, which I don't have. Well, I think I have it now, I think I just played it, but... I didn't have it prior to that point, and so I was basically helpless. Unable to move, basically. Right, now we should be in a better position. And Vernon's disconnected. We'll try again. Not a great hunt. Not, what I would call a good Cedeus hunt. That was pretty bad. I was taking a lot of hits, Vernon disconnected, we were doing 3-man because this guy apparently can't play the game while being on the phone at the same time. Anyway. Pineapple belongs on pizza, end of story. And apparently pineapple is famous on pizza in Japan. You know why? Probably because they're so morbidly fascinated by how fucking weird it is that they celebrate it. Because the Japanese are quite enamored with different cultures. So that's probably why. It's so alien that they're like, hey, I want to eat pineapple on a pizza. It's weird. Anyway. You think pineapple's bad? Try strawberry pizza. No. No, I think I'll pass. I'd rather eat vomit pancakes. Okay, I wouldn't rather eat vomit pancakes. Sorry for giving you that visual, but the point is that... Why did I say that? That's gross. Sorry if anyone's eating. And I think someone is eating. Pineapple pizza specifically, but... Anyway. Vernon's back. Oh, don't say that, Takashi. Because that... When you say things like that, it encourages me to correct you, and to do so would be to discuss the consistency of vomit, depending on diet and what has been recently eaten, but ugh! Don't say that. I've already gone and said it, so... Let's just stop this conversation. This Sandrew guy is asking for it. Anyway. I will continue with Hunting Horn just because it's interesting to do. Did I end up eating? I don't even know if I ate. Please don't depart without me. I did eat. I did it purely subconsciously because I was so focused on discussing vomit that I just didn't pay attention to the fact that I was eating. No, Arexion, please. I don't even want to think about it right now. And I'm not eating. Kick him! I would, I know you would, Vernon. I'm not a kick-happy person. Alright, so I'm going to actually prioritize self-improvement because I'm currently underwater with a hunting horn, okay? Then we're going to do... Melody effects extended. I should really be trying to hit him while playing the songs at this point, so that I can at least help in some way. Alright. Now, I don't know if there is a bonus effect for this. I'm going to find out. I don't think there is. No. At least now I know, not that I'll fucking remember. You can see that movement speed up does help underwater, most assuredly. You can see the staff is very small in this game. If we were to compare it to almost any other Monster Hunter game, the staff is fucking tiny here. Please don't interrupt my fucking song, thank you. Alright, so that's attack boost bonus with melody effects extended, so... That's a good thing, isn't it? I don't know if I should be aiming for the tail. Aiming for the tail with impact is very strange. In fact, using impact damage on this monster in general is very strange, because it's not like you can deal KO. I love just getting random water blight, it's my favourite thing. My actual favourite thing. Doomsink is doing okay. He's gone through a separation recently. And things are hard. But soon things will turn well again. But I'm giving him some space for the moment. Shit! I couldn't commit. I should have just continued swimming in that direction, honestly. What the fuck is wrong with me? Spending most of our attack up period catching up to and trying to avoid this fucking monster. May as well attack the beard. Imagine if your beard was a weak point. Your beard is your Achilles heel? That would be great. Some person innocently strokes your beard and you pass out or something. Or you start screaming in pain. That would be concerning. Right. The only person you're going to be, I guess, activating with that one, Arexian, would be Takashi. So, be prepared. Oh shit. It's probably time for attack up again, or is it not? Well, I'll tell you what it is time for. It's time for Dragonating this monster. Yeah. Hey, that's an upskirt, except I've got a male character. You know what, underwater combat, I just realized what underwater combat is. It is the ultimate upskirt opportunity. How have I never noticed this? 10 years of hunting, 11 years of hunting underwater, and I never realized that it is the ultimate upskirt opportunity. And you know why I haven't actually put 2 and 2 together on that point? It's because I've never done underwater combat with a female character. So, there you go. Ideally nothing, Takashi, but... Anyway. Yes, that's correct, Takashi. That is usually why you are mentioned. I was talking about how Arexian was talking about his beard being a weak point, and he was winking about it, and I said, well, the only person you're going to activate with that one would be Takashi, but... just to update you on the situation. Oh, I got the notes the wrong way around for Melody Effects Extended. I think we've still got... Have we still got Attack Up Large in effect? This shit is lasting a long time. Melody Effects Extended indeed. Hunting Horn, excuse me, Horn Maestro plus Melody Effects Extended is not to be trifled with. It's very good. Starting to run low on oxygen. We'll go and rectify that issue wherever I can find bubbles. I think down here. It's a very large arena, so sometimes you have to travel quite a distance to actually get to your bubbles. There you go. Just in time to watch the monster do his thing. Might actually aim for the face here so that I can deal some damage to the horns. I have not been doing that. It's part of the reason why the horns are not oh shit, I'm so stupid. I had lined up an attack up song and everything. This is ridiculous. Okay. So, double orange. I apologise to the team for my poor behaviour. So unfortunately we all have some kind of attack boost effect enabled, likely from our food. So it's harder for me to see if attack boost from my horn is in effect. It did not last long as I thought it did. Clearly. We should at least break one horn, come on. Also, what are you looking for? Autonomic, I didn't even... I mean, you might have mentioned it, but I should have asked. Well, I'm sorry about that. I should have been aiming for the horns a little more aggressively there. So I hope you weren't looking for horns. If you were looking for horns, then... that's bad news. Oh dear. There is a propeller plane driving over. Yeah, driving. Planes drive, everyone. Well, they can. They have to drive to... oh, I got a Dark Dragon gem. Planes have to drive to taxi, you see, to and from the runway. And they also need to drive to take off. So actually, I'm allowed to say drive. But I'm also not, because that's not what the plane was doing. It was flying, so... You know what I mean. Get rid of these shards. I'm sorry if you were looking for a Dark Dragon gem because I think I stole it from you. My Dark Dragon gem. Mine. Get some fur, sitting on, I believe, 43 fur. You do need Dark Dragon gem. What for? For a weapon? There are a few good Cedeus weapons for water. I use the Greatsword, Sword and Shield, and the bow, I think, for Cedeus. Some of them upgrade into their gold counterparts, and others stay at the standard Cedeus. The Greatsword stays standard Cedeus. Sword and Shield, on the other hand, as well as bow, end up looking like gold beard. Gold beard. It's not just the beard that's gold, though. Oh, you need it for Kibamaru. Oh, god. Well, we can keep doing that. I don't mind doing more gold beard. What have we got? Sword and shield? For underwater combat. What a day to be alive. You're trying to call it? Well, you've got a pretty good chance to be wrong, Takashi. Okay, so I guess we'll go Honed Blade. Unless I want to do I don't think I have an Awakened Dragon Sword and Shield, do I? That would be very interesting if I did, but I don't think I do. I wish I did. Believe me, I wish I did. Doomlink, you're such an idiot. Of course you have a Dragon Awakened Sword and Shield. Of course you do. It's the better dragon weapon in the game. Or Dragon Sword and Shield. So there you go. In fact, I need to be using the Stygian weapons more often. Because they are very good. Is Sandrew here or not? Hello? Nice haircut. Which is kind of a standard statement for whenever someone uses this armor set, but seriously. What's the point of having you here if you're not here when we come back anyway? Is the phone call still going? Reasonably, or rather it would be a reasonable assumption that the answer is yes, because, you know, I've never had a short conversation over the phone with a girlfriend unless we were busy, but, you know. What the fuck? You know what, this guy? He can fucking come back if he is ready to hunt again and there happens to be a spot. That's what I have to say to that. Like, his presence in this room is not so fucking important to me that I'm just going to have him take up a slot and not hunt. Seriously. So, kick. Yes, it's happening. Well, Switch Axe underwater is something that I would prefer more than Sword and Shield underwater. I'm surprised you didn't kick him sooner, says Autonomic. Well, we'll wait maybe 3 minutes to see if someone else rejoins, or rather joins. We don't want someone to rejoin, because that would either be Sandrew or that fucking idiot who left because I took like 5 minutes to get ready for the quest. So I don't really want either of those people. So ideally we'll have someone joining, not rejoining. Anyway. Always kick $2.99? Is that a cheater? I don't think I've run into $2.99. I don't seem to recall. Massive cheat with extreme attack buffs. Wow, okay. I don't think it's even possible to give yourself only numbers for a name. So, yeah, he's definitely a cheater. Maybe it is possible. I don't remember, but... yeah. Good to know. That is so pathetic. I mean, it's one thing to... I mean, there are different levels of cheaters. You've got the lower level, where you've got people who are giving out paralysis knives and crap like that, which is pretty bad. It definitely does affect people's experience negatively. I'm not saying that it doesn't. And I would rather not hunt with them, but God, I mean, they're so much better than some dick who walks into the hunt and one-shots the monster. I mean, fuck off. There's no hunt at that point. Now, I don't know if he's one-shotting the monster, but when I see extreme attack buff, it means the hunt's going to be over and done with in seconds. So, those people can actually fuck off because they're ruining it for everyone. Literally everyone who would hunt with them, so they can fuck off. Yes, I'm sure for some people there would be a temptation to kill something easily, but the Monster Hunter experience is about achieving something through hard work. That's what it is. I mean, that is actually the essence of Monster Hunter. So to cheat, to kill monsters with attack buffs for other people, you're basically taking away their experience. Without even asking if they want that. Because very rarely do you have a person join a room and announce that they have an attack buff. Because if they were to do so, I'd say they're probably worried they'd be kicked or something. Yeah, that's different, Vernon. That's different. Talking about people who actively try to ruin other people's experiences, or try to make it easier for themselves to progress through the game. I'll never forget, like, not that too many people would care, but I made a decision, I think it was in 2017, I had a phase where I went back into the old Call of Duty games that I was playing, not like really old Call of Duty, the ones that I was playing on console on PS3. I returned to Modern Warfare 3 on PS3, and, you know, I worked to get myself to 10th Prestige because I was already 8th Prestige, and so I took time to... oh, Sandrew's back, okay. I took time to take myself to 10th Prestige, and I'd finally done it. You know, it took me about, I don't know, 2 weeks of hard work, and I was enjoying 10th Prestige, and I was at the max level, 10th, and then I joined some room where I was automatically taken to 15th, and I think I lost all of my gold guns and all of that shit. It was so stupid. Like, and I managed to detach myself from it, and I was just like, look, whatever. You know, it wasn't just the progress that I'd made in those last 2 weeks that was lost. It was all the time that I'd spent in the past getting to 8th in the first place that I wanted to reconnect with. And you know, that person who was responsible for that room, that looked like a perfectly normal room. Again, you've got a matchmaking system where you can't control what room you're going to join into. You just join into whatever's around. I mean, it's not going to affect that guy's life at all that he just wasted hundreds and hundreds of hours of my time. He just totally, like, his decision to host that room that completely fucked with my game progress wasted so much of my life. And that's not going to affect that guy one bit. Not even one little bit. So... you know, that was extremely frustrating. But unfortunately, that's the Call of Duty community. So Oh. Vernon apparently fucked up his dex build in Demon Souls. Oh well. Yeah, sorry I can't join for Demon Souls live streams that you do, Vernon. It's not just a time zone thing, it's... I mean, I'd absolutely... If you were playing the original Demon Souls, I'd be in there, helping you out. Or not even necessarily helping you out, but just there to watch it with you, but, I just don't want to expose myself to the remade version until I've played it myself. And I'm not going to be playing it anytime soon. What is this hunt? Shit, well, I think Glacial's still weak to Dragon, fortunately, but I hadn't even paid attention to what was posted on the board. I had actually readied up for a Goldbeard Cedeus hunt. I must have been distracted by the chat when I joined the quest. But, or distracted by whatever I was talking about. But fortunately, Glacial should still be kind of weak to Dragon. I don't think he is as weak to Dragon as regular Agnaktor is. Or maybe he is. There's something slightly different about the Dragon weakness, but at the very least I'm not using a totally inappropriate weapon, so that's good. And to be honest, I'd rather use this on land than underwater, so it kind of works in that way also. Sadly bouncing here, but that won't happen forever. Damage dealt to the body of a Glacial Agnaktor will eventually break the ice on it, and then you can hit the monster properly. But I'll mostly aim for the chest, I think. Except for when I am bouncing off the arm instead. You can see that the final swing of the Sword and Shield combo, the overhead swing, maybe calling it the final swing of the combo isn't quite right, but the overhead swing, that one there, the one that I just did, that has a mind's eye effect. Oh dear. One thing I don't like about Agnaktor is the great... Well, I mean, that wasn't really an issue of hitbox. There, that was definitely me getting hit on target, but one issue that I do have with Agnaktor is the great hitbox at the beak slam on the ground. Ow. Don't land on top of me, please. That was close. Couldn't have gotten much closer than that. Clearly the hitbox for that is quite lenient. You know what's really odd about the wheel is that I never seem to get Greatsword in that wheel. My predilection for Greatsword just does not come through. Instead, it always gives me stuff that I guess I never use, which is really what I'm looking for with the wheel. It's to add variety that would otherwise not be there, because I wouldn't think to use certain weapons in certain situations, but I just never get Greatsword in the wheel. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but it almost never happens. It's interesting. But I guess it's a good thing, again. Uh-oh. Fortunately, he got paralyzed in that moment. That was clean, Sandra. Nice work. Very clean. Yeah, so once, like 4 streams ago, is probably the first time in a long time I got it, so... It does happen occasionally, of course, but I almost never get it. Compared to, say, Gunlance and Even Hunting Horn I get a whole lot more than that. In fact, I get a pretty decent amount of Hunting Horns. So. It just seems quite occasional. That was pretty cool. Sheathing my weapon actually took me into the next area. The little step forward that I do with that. I've talked about this before, but one of the things that I dislike the most about Generations and Generations Ultimate, and this is probably going to come across as something fairly insignificant, but it's when you go from playing the older games and then you play Generations Ultimate, and I guess Generations as well, you notice it. But I absolutely hate that you cannot walk inside the body of a monster that is doing its death animation. In all the games prior to Generations, you could walk inside the body of a dying monster, which means that you can position yourself for a carve. But in Generations and Generations Ultimate, you have to wait until the monster's dead before you can position yourself for a carve, and generally, you can't actually stand just to the side of the monster and actually get a carve zone. You have to actually go inside the corpse to get a carve zone. So no matter what, you're forced to wait to get into position, which is fucking dumb. The solution is to widen the carve zone beyond the physical body of the monster. That's the solution if you're going to do that shit, but they don't do that. They just make you wait. And I think that's stupid, because obviously they've valued realism over game functionality. Oh, it's not realistic to walk inside the body of the monster. Hey, guess what? It's not realistic to do it when it's dead either. So just let us do it. Stop being so stupid. It's just a little thing that absolutely eats at me. It bugs me every time I return to Generations Ultimate after I haven't played it for a while. I'm just like, why do I have to sit here and wait to get in position? It's dumb. And it's literally just those two games, Generations and Generations Ultimate. You can do it in World and Rise, I'm pretty sure. You don't have to wait for the fucking death animation. Definitely not in World. And I'm pretty sure you don't have to do it in Rise either. So, what were they thinking? Just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make any sense at all, and it really frustrates me. Vernon has to go AFK. For how long, I don't know. I don't know if it's so long that we would do a hunt without him, but he says for a few. Sadly, that's not a very specific measure of time. So who knows? What's our next hunt, Autonomic? Just so that I can get ready for it. I will spin the wheel either way. Watch me get Greatsword. No, just the typical. You know what? No, sorry. I'm not doing Gunlands. This wheel has a problem. It really wants me to do Gunlands. This is like the 6th or 7th Gunlance thing in like 10 spins. So, Gunlance thing, yeah. Am I not the most fucking articulate person in the world? You have got some balls. You have got some balls. This thing's broken. Only to get dual blades again. Okay, sure. Dual blades can fucking do it. Can't fucking believe this. Regular Giganox? Okay. Is this guy ignorant? Is he actually... I told him it's not a turns room. Unless he actually misread what I said before. As to mean that it is a turns room. I expressly said that it's not a turns room. Or I specifically said that it wasn't. And, like... It's not a turns room. I said it isn't. What the fuck? Like how... Anyone got triple what? Oh, Giganox, right. I will check for you. Now, Sandra, you can leave if you don't like that it's not a turns room, but I don't know why you want it to be a turns room. If you don't want to help people, then that's fine. You can go and play somewhere else. I don't know. Doesn't bother me. So, Triple Giganox is in this quest list. It's not looking hopeful. Nope. But yeah, I explicitly said that it's not a turns room, and yet he asks again. As if to suggest that it is a turns room, like to suggest that he thought that it was a turns room. I don't know how much more obvious I need to make it. Seriously. Dual Blades is what I was given, so... I guess Fire Dual Blades. I should have Awakened for that. Yes, I do, except I don't want to do that. I don't want to use the Sand Barrier with Dual Blades. I'd rather use, I guess... I think I've got two options for regular fire, don't I? Oh, no, I don't. Just the Fist Illusion. Okay. I'm fine with that. Alright, autonomic. Alright, autonomic. There you go. Enunciating properly. I don't know, did Sandra even check? I don't know, he could always be forgetful, but my feeling is that he probably misunderstood what I said before. Because I did think it was strange that he immediately went to the quest board to post something of his own when I said that it wasn't a turns room. Given that he had seen that the same person had posted multiple times. It gives rise to two possibilities. Either he misunderstood what I said, as to mean that it was a turns room, or that it meant that it was a fucking free-for-all and whoever posted first gets the quest. At the moment he's just standing there either in shock or in confusion or in... got another call for from his girlfriend or in... God knows what, but I don't know. It kind of works out that it's taking so long to do anything because Vernon's AFK anyway. Don't ask him if he's here. Some people do go AFK fairly regularly. In this game. It's just it's a slower paced multiplayer experience in 3 Ultimate. I wouldn't ask if a person was here or gone until they'd been AFK for like 5 minutes. But, yeah. This guy? I've played with a lot of people, but there's something about him. Not a fan. Just post the regular one, autonomic. Unless you want me to rotate for it. I could always try. But I've just eaten, so that kind of stops me from doing it. With any luck, Vernon will have it when he comes back. I don't know how long he'll take to come back, but we will see, I suppose. I do love the Fist Illusion and how it looks. In terms of the stats, I mean, no, it's actually quite nice with all that purple sharpness. Even though it looks like the attack value is not that great, I mean, the end attack value of 338 combined with 450 fire and all of that purple, that's a lot of damage actually, so that's not too bad at all. It's not my style of hunting. I generally don't go with high sharpness, low raw, high element, but that's a lot of damage, provided the monster is weak to fire. If the monster's weak to fire, holy shit. Hits like a truck. But yeah, the online experience in 3 Ultimate is, at least at this point, a bit up in the air. Sometimes you'll get good people, sometimes you won't. Vernon, if you're here, would you be able to check to see if you have the Triple Giganox quest? It'll be in HR6. because neither of us had it, so we decided to go with the single one. I don't know what Sandra is doing. Seriously, he asked if it was a turns room. I said, it's not a turns room. I told you that it isn't. And he's been AFK ever since. So, I don't know what the fuck is going on with this guy, but he's kind of wasting our time. I'd love it if he didn't feel like he had some kind of right to take up a spot in the room that could otherwise be taken up by someone who is actually responsive and wanting to hunt with us. As in doing our hunts. No, that's fine, Vern. Oh my god. That was like a very fast walk. That was walk around the block, if even. Not even around the block. Sandra, I'm sorry, man, but why should I have you in my room? Like, why should I? Most people would have kicked you 10 times over by now. Maybe not 10 times over, that's called hyperbole, but still. Like, if you take issue with being kicked by me, just know that I'm a fairly patient person. And I do not kick lightly, but you are fucking asking for it. And I take no pleasure in it, but I'll give him 60 seconds from now. How many times is he going to go AFK? I don't know, but he seems to think that he's worth being in the room. Like, oh, here he is. He came back in the 60 seconds. There you go. Now, that's either a fun coincidence or he's watching live. Which I think would be the former. I'm pretty sure he just happened to come back in that moment. He looks like Lady Gaga with that Plesioth armor. Yes, he does. I suppose she has popularized that rather ugly haircut, hasn't she? Anyway. I don't think I've seen a picture of that woman in 6 years at least. And I'm happy that I haven't. I think she's left public consciousness a little bit. And for the betterment of humanity, no doubt. Oh no, she was doing shit with Metallica somewhat recently, but I don't know, who cares? Who cares, it's only Metallica. Took them like 20 years to come out with a decent album, and then just ended up being standard return to the old way sort of thing. Sandra, I don't know what you want. You want a written invitation to ready up, or what? He seems to be very distracted by something. God, I've got an itchy nose. Itchy nose. You know, I recently felt a pull that I haven't felt since I was rather young, and that was like you know, like an attraction to sort of thing. Scandinavia. I'd really like to be in Scandinavia, but I don't think I'd ever live there. But God, I love it. I love the cold and there's something about it. I just felt a pull to it somewhat recently that I haven't felt in a long time. And I think I'll ultimately go and live in Japan in the future. Ultimately. It'll take a long time, but I'll get there eventually. But You know, I felt a pull to Scandinavia. I mean, growing up I always wanted to live in Scandinavia, but... I don't know. It's not that practical. And sadly, things have changed over there. Well, depending on where you go. Particularly in Sweden. Sweden's changed. I feel like I'd go to Greenland or Iceland or something at this point. Used to be like Norway, Sweden, those sorts of regions, but now I'm thinking probably, you know, something Scandinavian-ish. Not necessarily part of the region that I was originally looking at. Metallica made me want to learn the guitar originally. Well, that was basically everyone in the late 80s. The And Justice for All album was extremely influential for up-and-coming guitarists in the late 80s. Absolutely mammoth. The shit that was going on that album just blew away a whole generation of musicians. So, it was serious business. So you wouldn't be alone there. Well, of course not you, but... just referring to people in general who were influenced to play guitar from Metallica, then yeah. There's a huge number of them. Oh fuck, Sandrew, please, please kick, says Vernon. I didn't see what you said there. That's funny. Well, I don't know. I'm keeping him. Why is there a shiny here that I cannot pick up? What the fuck is this? You guys are seeing this shiny, aren't you? It cannot be picked up. What is this? It is not giving me an option to pick it up. It's not just a lack of the gathering icon. It actually... What? The fuck is going on? That shit was glitched out. I have not come across that before. Where I just can't pick up a shiny. That was really weird. But yeah, I don't mind Metallica. I think they were one of those bands that just couldn't walk away from their own success. I don't like the way a lot of the thrash bands progressed. I really don't. I feel like they were just constantly in pursuit of some kind of evolution, when in actual fact they had touched upon something really good. And instead of evolving, they sort of... Well, I mean, Metallica definitely evolved for a period of time. But eventually it just... You know, they reached a point where it was no longer an evolution. They started going backwards, sadly. It's very interesting because the thrash bands started out as being the most extreme music of their era, really. Like early 80s, thrash was serious business. You know, Slayer were very, very dark for 1983. Metallica were extremely, like, I guess, they were filled with attitude. They were the kings of 1982 in the Bay Area. And just really serious business. And even when Dave Mustaine left, or was removed, they had a serious attitude on stage and in their debut album. And, you know, there are other bands worth mentioning, but the point is that they never stayed the most extreme of their era. They only remained extreme for where they began, and then as the years went on, they became more and more musical, and actually, in the pursuit of becoming more musical, they lost what was special. The only band that really stopped trying to become more musical was probably Slayer, but even Slayer did weird stuff in the 90s. But yeah, Megadeth totally lost it. I mean, like with the Euthanasia album. That album had 0 balls. Like that album, you could have made the fucking album cover one big field of daffodils, as far as I was concerned. That album was utterly ballless. Not a ball in sight. So, excuse me, Countdown to Extinction is what I was thinking of. I sometimes confuse them in my head because I find them both to be without a single ball. But Countdown to Extinction was the beginning. It was more like Countdown to the end of the band. Countdown to chasing the success. But, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think this quest has something weird going on with it. Wasn't that the third Giganox? Okay, it was, yeah. I couldn't hear the music for a while there. Was the music even playing? This quest is definitely glitched. I can't pick up shinies properly, and I don't think that music was playing immediately. That was weird. Weird quest. Well, I can hear the music now, but I couldn't hear it initially. Maybe I don't know, wasn't listening properly, but that was a bit odd. Yeah, I can talk about heavy metal music all day, but I don't think people care. I don't think most of the people who watch me care about it, so I try to stay away from the topic. Because when I get started, I can go for a long time. You know. Sandrew, I don't think he's causing issues. The only issues he's been causing is his flaky behavior. I'll tell you what. He's on his last chance with me. If I remove him from this room, my conscience will be clear. Because I've given him plenty of time. Or plenty of chances, I should say. Heavy bowgun. It's about fucking time. My god. What's our next hunt? You know what, Autonomic? Post Goldbeard. I'll do Heavy Pierce. We'll be done with it pretty quickly. I'll get out my Heavy Pierce set and we'll just power through a Goldbeard. Not Elemental Heavy Bowgun, stop with that. Heavy Pierce, thank you. I won't get Sharpshooter, that's not going to help me. Might go with Water Bearer. How about that? Resistance to water. Sandrew posted something. Hold the fucking phone. Sandrew! I didn't even see who had posted. Suppose I should have said that in the first place. When I say it's not a turns room, that doesn't mean it's a free-for-all. We're doing autos quests. Like, come on. If there's one guy posting, and I say it's not a turns room, what does that mean? It means we're doing his quests. It means he's got stuff he wants to do, and we're helping him. What a fucking shock. What a fucking shock, right? 700 hunter ranks, no doubt, through having played a lot of online Monster Hunter, and you don't get something as simple as that. I mean... what? I put first. I put first, so it's my turn. I said nothing of that sort. What is he saying I said? Is he fucking hallucinating? I said one thing twice, and it was that it was not a turns room. That's what I said. You are fucking hallucinating, clearly. You said after that posts. I'm assuming he said after. Fucking dick. If you can't open your eyes, at the very least engage your fucking brain. Please. For the benefit of everyone in this room. You're lucky you've even got a spot in here. You fucking piss stain. Alright. Let's make quick work of this Goldbeard, although I don't think he can be paralyzed. Let me check that now. I don't think he can be. No. This fucking dick, this actual Class A goober, is using Paralysis Dual Blades on a Goldbeard Cedeus. What a clown. What an actual clown. 98% of this community would have already kicked this dick. Fucking fool. Alright. So I'm positioning myself to where he's going to move his head down. And I'm going to go for stun lock. No, he's already going into an attack, which is nasty. I did not want that. You've blocked him? I think he can still join anyway. I don't know if blocking really works that way, Vernon. I think if the host has blocked... I mean, I suppose the solution there would be for me to block him, yeah. We've blocked people before, Vernon, and they've still been able to join, so I don't know about that. But yeah, this guy's a fucking complete idiot. I don't know what he thought I said to him. He said I said something regarding posting. He's either deeply misunderstood, based on very little said, or he's fucking hallucinating, so... I don't know, man. But I'll tell you one thing that is most certainly the case, regardless of whether it's a misunderstanding or a hallucination. He is a fucking idiot, so... That much is not to be speculated upon. I don't think I can avoid this. I'll try. Oh no, I could. Please flinch. Come on! This is awful. Hope this guy's enjoying dealing subpar damage. More than subpar. Those dual blades are only functional as paralysis dual blades, and they do not have that function in this fight, so... Pretty funny. Pretty funny. Alright, so he's heading for the Dragonator. May as well get that done. It's just easier than chasing him around and trying to flinch him. I'd probably be able to flinch him if I was shooting him, but we may as well get the free damage anyway. And that's the point. Look at Sandra. This guy's a fucking idiot. Like, for example, he probably... I mean... I don't think he was trying to flinch the monster to stop him from getting to the Dragonator. I think he's just ignorant and doesn't even know that he's doing the Dragonator swim. He's a low-functioning human being. That's what he is. Might be able to flinch him out of this. There you go. Goodie. At this rate, I don't really care about whether I get the horns or not. It's not like you can get increased chances for Dark Dragon gems that way. So, I'm just going to shoot him. Looking for best DPS. Ow. Always hope for a flinch, there you go. Couldn't even finish calling it. Oh dear. See, that particular attack, if you are anywhere in front of him, that covers a great distance. So the chances that you'll be able to successfully clear that are fairly low. Especially given the fact that there is no way to evade underwater in such a way as to have guaranteed invincibility. Such as the Superman dive in land confrontations. Well, that's a good flinch. I'm in position for the face. If I can shoot him in the face... Oh, he's dead before I can try to break the horns, but that's alright. That's still fine. But yeah, pierce gunning is very effective with this monster. Very effective. Sadly more effective, at least as far as I can tell, or more effective than Dragon Light Bowgun, which is interesting. The Dragon Light Bowgun run that I did took like 5 minutes with a team of 4. More than 5 minutes, probably 6. Don't need these shards. I think I'll probably have a stack of coat as well. Of course I was more effective than Sandrew. The guy's dealing basically no raw damage, and he's dealing a status that does not affect the monster. So, yeah. It's not exactly close. No, I've got a stack of coat as well. Sense +7, Transporter +5. Not a bad talisman, actually. Oh. I think I have a... No, I don't have a full box. I must have pressed the wrong thing. That's probably what happened there. Does Sandra have something to say? Let's find out. Usually, you know, they like to seethe during the quest and then they have something more to say. Something to add after the quest, after they've thought about it. Depending on what comes out of his mouth, figuratively speaking, he might be having to reconnect to the online. Fucking dick. Alright. Let's go and spin that wheel. Hammer. It's about fucking time. Haven't had a hammer choice for a while. I can't see any of his chats because I blocked him. Let me know. Well, I will let you know. What is our next hunt autonomic? I would recommend against Abyssal. Abyssal. Goldbeard is what I meant to say. Purple anglerfish, okay. Sure. I can do hammer on that. Oh, I can actually check my awakened hammer set. So... I think that guy had swapped sharpness +1 for gun boost. Well, not swapped, but... He had 4 skills, I have 4 skills here. I forgot to make a point before, but you know, this guy, I mean, it was incredible. He'd made this very specific mixed set with Arshan and Helios and Skull Mask, only to get fucking gun boost with a hammer. I mean, but I've just got full Helios X with the Z helm, and I've got a better list of skills. So, I mean, I don't know what that guy was doing, but being clueless would be probably one way to describe it. So, Thunder Awakened Hammer, I do have that, but I might not. I might actually do this and use the Lagio Voltivorter, I think it's called. Voltivorter? Something like that. Let's have it. Lagio Voltivorter. Vortivolta, there you go. I was swapping some consonants around there. Asking Sandra if he's got triple go bull. At the moment, he seems to be standing still for a while. If if we're all ready to go, and he's standing still, I'll give him exactly 2 minutes. And if he's still not back, I don't know if he's jerking it, or if he... Oh, I've got triple go-ball, so... But yeah, I don't know what he's doing. But... he's off the island, if he doesn't start moving soon. There are not so few people playing this game that I can't get a better fucking person in this room than you, Sandra. Both in terms of huntering, and in terms of personality. In terms of everything, basically. Here he is. Okay. I don't think he realizes how close he has... He's been dancing on the precipice of permanent removal for the last hour. And yet, he still manages to stay. By virtue only of my incredible level of accommodation. I mean, most people would not accommodate this absolute shit. But... And I don't do it to brag that I'm accommodating. It just doesn't feel right to kick people unless there is proper cause. And some would say that there has already been proper cause, but I have certain I don't know, prerequisites, and he hasn't met them yet. But, you know, he hasn't actually jeopardized, like well and truly jeopardized our ability to hunt these monsters. He hasn't done it yet, so... I find that removing a person from a room is an extreme course of action. Where's Ken Dragon? Please stop. I don't... But to be honest, you know, I do agree that Ken Dragon would probably be better than this guy. Except at least this guy knows where the monsters spawn. At least he knows that. So he can place pitfall traps when necessary. Taking paralysis to Goldbeard is jeopardizing. Not if I'm running Heavy Pierce. I gave him the benefit of the doubt for that one because I guessed that he was too focused on our little argument to change weapons for the monster. That's a strange time to place a trap, Sandra. Suicidal trap placement. These fucking Ludroth need to go away. And again, the guy, he actually doesn't know how to hunt. Like, he doesn't know how to play the game. There are only 2 people here to make use of this trap. The trap doesn't last very long. So what's he doing? Suicidal trap placement. And there are only 2 people here to make use of it. So, like, what's he doing? I don't fucking understand it. My guess is that he's just dumb. I think he's a dumb human being. Doesn't matter how much of the game he's played, I think he's low functioning. Mentally deficient is how I would describe him. So, yeah. He's lucky he's got a fucking room to play in. He would have been better off as a cum stain on someone's sheet. Most likely. See if I can get 2 KOs before he dies. He's gonna die pretty quickly though. I will take that as my challenge. Oh god, stop it! Don't have time for that shit. I'll do some arm wrestling tactics if I'm gonna be stuck in that shit. Motherfucker. You can fucking stop this now, because I'm starting to get annoyed. Gurgle. Don't you fucking dare. You are getting one zoned in this area. Lest I scream at the top of my lungs. For the entertainment of all watching, okay. Good. What's WP? What does that mean, Sandra? He sent WP in the chat. Uppercase W, lowercase p. He's French! French! Okay, just thought I'd let you guys know that he's French. That might answer a few questions, but, yeah, he's French. Don't know if that means anything to anyone, but yeah. Just keeping everyone up to speed on the latest information. For those who played this game when the French community was at large, this will not come as a surprise, okay? That a person at Hunt Rank 700 can... I'm gonna stop there, but the point is that, yeah. This is a baby. This might be a Gold Crown small, he's really small. There you go. Sorry for upswing anyone. Being upswung in this game is a bad time, because it's not like you can do a mounting attack. It's a very long animation if you get thrown in the air. I feel bad shit-talking the French now though, because I now have a French friend who plays old Monster Hunter, and he's really cool. He's a cool guy, but unfortunately he's poorly represented by his countrymen in this series. Very poorly represented. But I don't know how he would take that. Don't know if he would take that personally, or if he would agree with me. I just don't go there. But, was that? Oh. Delayed carving is what that was. I take no pleasure in the fact that French players are generally bad at Monster Hunter, but they are. I don't know why they are. I've never understood it. I've never understood it, but they are. And I have been further told that they're generally bad at video games, which I can't confirm by way of personal experience, but I can say that in regards to this series, yeah, absolutely. Somehow, a huge percentage of people who all happen to come from the same part of the world and all speak the same language just happen to not be able to play the game, so I don't really know, but yeah. It's something I can't understand. I can only go based on my experiences, and that's what my experience tells me. So, who did that? Was that Vernon trying to troll Sandra? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he only drew his arrow. Yeah, this guy does look nice on this map. Yeah. One thing that has always been... this is interesting. Before 3D models were done well in 3D games, skyscapes were done very well. Very good skyscapes, like nighttime star bedazzled landscapes, or skyscapes. Just really amazing. Ugh. I couldn't avoid that, he's too fucking wide. Yes, I want to become famous. Please tell me how. I just have to follow the link? Okay. Okay. Sold. Soon everyone's going to be watching 3 Ultimate. All the Fortnite streamers are going to be like, oh! There's a new game that I should be playing. It's 3 Ultimate on the Wii U. It came out in 2013. Yeah. Shit. Well, the tail was cut, so I'll go and try to carve that. Oops. Cap, says Sandra. Well, I'll leave it to you, buddy. I'll leave it to you. Can you drop a shock trap before he leaves? Because he'll be looking to go to his sleeping area. How is he not in the fucking trap? That's unbelievable. Alright, that worked out. Oh dear. Underwater hammer, by the way. Very unpleasant, in case you didn't know. And that's a broken lantern. I hate trying to break the lantern. It's not hard if you've got a bow or a bow gun, but, well, particularly a bow, but with a Blade Master weapon, no fun at all. It becomes a little easier if you've got a hammer user, because the lantern goes close to the ground during KO. But outside of that, very annoying to break. I was the designated hammer guy back in Try when people needed global lanterns. And Lantern Plus was very hard to get in high rank try. Very hard. It was affectionately called the Sky Piercer of the Sea. And for good reason. It was very hard to get. Well, I don't think Sky Piercer of the Sea caught on, but that's what Christian called it in the Monster Hunter podcast. That was a Gold Crown large something or other. Or was it a Gold Crown small? I think it was a Gold Crown small. I think I was right about that small Goebel. He was small enough to be Gold Crown small. I think that's my most recent Gold Crown for Goebel, and my only one that I have for Goebel. Gold Crown small, yeah. He's a baby. Little baby. Need to sell that peel. And what's happening with this? Brax Scalp Plus? I'm selling it just to be sure. Because I'm pretty sure I would have a stack for Brax Scalp, so I must have a full stack of that. That must be what's going on. Hey N10, did you want to hunt? Because we're stuck with this fucking French guy who's utterly ignorant. So, if you want to play 3 Ultimate, rather than it being like, oh that's cool, it would be a godsend, in actual fact. So... Once you're ready to join N10, let us know, because you will have a spot immediately made available to you. Immediately. Look at him. Surely not. Surely not. Surely not. He's not going to do it, is he? Is he going to do it? I don't think he's gonna do it. I don't think he will. He's not actually that fucked in the head, surely. I'm pleased to announce, Autonomic, that I do have the triple laggy quest. Let's go spin the wheel. For a second, I thought it was Sandra who posted. I nearly dumped ass. Okay. So you've got the triple as well. Cool. So, light bow gun, what would I go with? I guess rapid fire. Sure. Elemental light bow gun. And I will equip the Azurathling Sunseer. Sunseer, here we go. That's it. It's funny, I had a separate set for Elemental Light Bowgun, and then I had one specifically for Dragon Light Bowgun, and then I realized, you know, that set that I use for Dragon Light Bowgun, that should just be my standard Elemental Light Bowgun set, because it's better than the one that I usually use, and so I went and got rid of the old one. The old one was just full Elatrion, with, like, very similar skills. It also had peak performance, so it's kind of funny. And I think I got peak performance on this set, specifically because I had peak performance on my other set. It just seemed like a good idea. Goodbye, Sandra. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Get in here, Anton. Get in here. We need you. For our own sanity, please. Auto says it was nice hunting. Except that it wasn't. Except that it wasn't. Alright. We're safe. A dark cloud has lifted. Okay, so I'm going to bring Flaming S and Fire Herbs and Huskberries. I've already got the Huskberries. It is as if or rather, as if a weight has been lifted from my shoulders. Not having that guy in this fucking room. I'm going to ready up. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Feel free to depart without me if I'm not back by the time you're ready to go. I'm back and being assaulted by Ludroth. Hello. Oh, goodness me. As you can see, performance in Area 5 is not all that good. But I've talked about that before. Apparently I can rapid fire normal level 2. But I don't really want to. That's a nice fast reload. Oh, goodness. Everyone's in combat. I'm guessing the first laggy is going to die before I can get there. I apologise for being such a quest leecher. Oh, goodness. Finally, Sandrew is no longer with us. We are free. I think I've hunted with him before, too. There's something about that name. Unless there's some other Sandrew that I've known in my life. You've never seen the transition from land to water? Well, that's it. And to be honest, it is very odd that I can, because that is very normal for me in this game and in Tri. And when I do the deserted island in Generations Ultimate, it's very odd that I can walk up to that water, like the water's edge, and not just do an auto dive into it. Oh, I see. That's interesting. Fuck off! Leave me alone. I just got here. Oh, he's about to limp out. It does look swimmable. It's because it was designed to be swimmable. You want to capture? Okay. We'll do it. May as well. It's easier to do it on land, that's for sure. Intends running Ugnaught Tor Gunlance. I need to make that. I prefer it to the Desasualty. But yeah, underwater combat's really fun. I didn't like it when it was the newest thing, but when I realised how much of a novelty it was to become, I appreciate it now. I actually appreciate it, and I think it's fun. Yeah, we'll just get one capture done and then we'll kill the rest. I never know exactly where to place a trap for the laggies here, because I mean this is such a wide open area, and look, just you've got all the way down there, all the way up to there. I mean, where do you position yourself? I don't fucking know, but I think it's about here, but I could be totally wrong about that. Maybe more like here. I'm going to see if I'm right about that. I'm going to stand right here and see if he ends up where I am. Oh, maybe he would have swum here had he not been interrupted. But I think you'd still want to put it further forward. Just to be safe. So my old general use light bowgun elemental set did not have bonus shot. So it's nice to have it here with this set. Or with this gun, using this set. Just hip firing for the most part, it's easier. And I'm not really at risk of running out of ammunition. It takes a long time to get through 60 shots when you are rapid firing 4 shots each time. And I do have combination materials also. Hey, potato. You can't do Loom Dink, unfortunately. You're stuck with Dink Roll. Depressing as it is. You're making up for it by posting more Dink Roll. Fair enough. Whatever keeps you happy. No, kill him. Fuck. This is awful. It just so happened to be that almost everyone was far from the monster when he was ready to limp, so we sadly couldn't one zone. If the monster can escape, there's nothing we can do. But it really does slow down the hunt if we can't one zone in a triple quest. Really slows it down. What would otherwise be a very quick hunt turns into like a kind of lengthy hunt. And that is a bird outside if you can hear it. Come on, laggy. He's not going to last very long. He's going to die basically instantly. So that's the conversion rate, I see. Hi again, random bird, been a minute. Well, there's a different random bird. I mean, there is always a different random bird. There are a lot of them. Same bird, same dink. Well, sorry, fuck me. Same bird, same dink. Yeah, they should have added Flooded Forest to Generations Ultimate because they had already designed a version of the Flooded Forest for non-underwater combat for Portable Thirds, so I'm not sure why they did. They actually didn't bring it back. But, yeah. Makes the Flooded Forest more special, doesn't it? Because it's only in 3rd gen. And Rise doesn't count. It's not the same. But I do like the Flooded Forest location in Rise. I think it's pretty cool. It's a nice head nod to the 3rd gen, but still. You're gonna need more than good locations to win me over, Rise, and I regret to say that good locations is about all you're fucking good for. Seriously. It's about all you're good for. Bird the Builder, Bob the Bird. Well, fortunately, tweeting birds are in no way comparable to Bob the Builder because Bob the Builder is an actual fucking nuisance, whereas birds, I mean, they're fairly nice. I mean, I'd rather birds tweeting in the background than some dick hammering away. So... I might not even need combinations here, by the way. At this rate, even if I did run out of flaming shots, I would just I wouldn't even combine at all, I would instead... Well, there you go. Didn't even need to combine. And the birds are nice. It's kind of, you know... Doomlink is one with nature and all that business. Ha ha ha. Every time, I mean, always, whenever I've been on voice chats, people are like, do you have birds? I'm like, no. Why would I have birds? Well, you know, people have birds for reasons, but no. It's just Australian birds are fucking noisy, so it sounds like I have birds. I don't have them. They have me. That's not to denote ownership, it's to outline the fact that I'm part of their environment. It's not my environment. My God. I'm a human being. I'm outside of the natural order. So therefore, it's their fucking environment. So, how about that? It's a bit of food for thought. Alright. Oh, let's not fucking pass up on that true armor sphere. I think I have been selling them. I think the reason why I don't have any true armor spheres is because I keep fucking selling them. So, that's a problem. And I need to stop doing that. Absolutely need to stop doing that. Because I actually just sell all other armor spheres. And I think as a result, I end up selling true armor spheres as well. Which is fucking awful. So, it's bad. Well, that's a pleasant what-if scenario, Potato, but sadly we know the answer to that question. And the answer is no. No, that's alright, Vernon. You know what, I'll finish up also. We're on the 3-hour mark. And I think I'll finish up also. I'm sorry that you took the time to join N10 only to do one hunt. But we needed you to deliver us from Sandrew, so... Even though it might not have been all that worthwhile for you, it was very much worthwhile for us, and I do thank you for being here. And, we'll also call it here. I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time I'm doing Monster Hunter or anything else of mine that you'd like to watch. I should be doing Demon Souls tomorrow, so don't expect Monster Hunter. But I think we had a pretty good run today, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.